today we are hiking the Jewell Pass trail to, I think it's the Prairie View Loop. So I've done this one ages ago, back in like 2016, and I haven't vlogged it yet, but one of my favorite parts of this hike is it's on the shores of Barrier Lake. Every time I vlog, it gets windy, which is good because I hate mosquitoes, and if it's windy, that means there's no mosquitoes. But yeah, we're on the shores of Barrier Lake. It's so beautiful.
Midnight and city lights on the other side. You're calling me up at the same time. I'm in the daylight. You're calling to say hi, but your words, they cry. If there's something that you need to say, I know it ain't easy living inside your brain, for sure. You keep telling me that it's all okay, but I know, yeah, your silence speaks so loud. Your silence speaks so loud. Calling up, yeah. About nothing, then you said something under your breath. I can't take it, I know what you're thinking. I wish I could fix this, yeah. If there's something that you need to say, I know it ain't easy living inside your brain, for sure. You keep telling me that it's all okay, but I know, yeah, your silence speaks so loud.
So we're just hitting the tree line now. I believe we're almost to the waterfall. So it was a long walk along the shore of Barrier Lake. You're kind of like right beside it. There's tons of wildflowers this time of year. So if you're doing this one, I highly recommend trying it in the summertime because there's tons to look at, tons of wildflowers.
You can see straight through my life. Oh, there's something in my chest that I can't hide. Feelings get involved, I'm terrified, 'cause I've been here before and said goodbye. Oh, are you the one when I try to look, I wish I'd find? Oh, can I love when I've been hurt 100 times?
Hey guys, we're almost at the waterfall. This trail is so pretty. After you leave the Barrier Lake area, if you're doing Jewell Pass, this trail is not busy at all. And we're doing this on a Saturday, so I thought it would be a lot busier than it is, but honestly, it's been really nice because there's been like barely anyone since we turned off onto the Quaite Valley trail. Quaite Valley? That trail. Ever since we did that turn off, there's been no one on the trail, so it's been so nice. But yeah, we are almost at the waterfall, so I'll see you guys there.
You would give it one more try. Oh, I leave them all behind, but don't know how. Bury my head deep within the crowd, but I'm reaching for your hand to pull me out. Oh, are you the one when I try to look, I wish I'd find? Oh, how can I love when I've been hurt 100 times?
Hey guys, so right now we're on Prairie View Trail. We're just almost ending the hike. I think we're on our last maybe like 5K of the hike. So the view right now, Barrier Lake, our objective is to get down there back to the parking lot. So we are almost at, I think one of the viewpoints are up there. We're not going all the way to Yates today, but we're going to the viewpoint and then back down as kind of a loop. So this was a long day, but we're getting there.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
Okay, so we're heading back down now. I have Mount Baldy in the background right there with Barrier Lake down there. And yeah, we're not going all the way to Yates today, but this was fun. So we're gonna head back down now.
Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight.
Hey guys, welcome to my after hike summary for Jewell Pass and Quaite Valley. So it's been a while since I've done this hike. Actually, I did it like a few times in 1 year. I don't know why exactly that was, but I feel like back in 2016, I literally did this hike like 3 times. I think it was my favorite at the time, or like one of my favorites. I also did Rawson Lake area like 3 or 4 times that year. So I think I just stuck between those 2 places because that was my comfort level back in 2016. But I haven't done it since then, and I wanted to take my mom on this hike and her friend. Her friend really wanted to do a hike with a lake and a waterfall. I was racking my brain to figure out what hikes that I could do with not so crazy amounts of elevation, but had a great view, had a lake, had a waterfall. And I remembered this one from back then. I don't think I completed the full loop back then because I don't remember hiking 15K. I think maybe we hiked up the Prairie View Trail to the waterfall on Jewell Pass, and then we just went back the other way. But this time we did it as a loop. So we did Jewell Pass, Quaite Valley to Prairie View, and then back down to Barrier Lake. So this is a beautiful scenic hike if you guys are into the more moderate, but you can do distance quite well with not a whole lot of elevation gain. I highly recommend this one. So I did the loop the easier way. I decided to go the easier way up and the more steep way down. So there's that. Most people get the steep part over first and go from the Prairie View side down to Quaite Valley and Jewell Pass, and then walk along Barrier Lake for a bit. But yeah, we went the easy way up and the more steep way down. So this hike was a total of 15 kilometers and the elevation gain was 641 meters. So we started off in the Barrier Lake parking lot. Definitely highly recommend getting there early. If you guys are doing this like on a weekend, get there early because the parking lots fill up so fast. The parking lot for this hike is actually pretty big. There's 2 sections, plus there's like the whole road part on the side of Barrier Lake that goes up before you get to the highway. So it's quite a big parking area, but it fills up really fast on the weekend because there's a lot of people that go to that area, do hikes in that area, go to the campground or to the lake. A lot of people just go there for the lake. So yes, just make sure you get there early and give yourself a lot of time. Also bring a lot of water, especially if you're doing this in the summer months, because it can get hot. But if you take the route that I did, a lot of it is in the treed section. So I guess it's not too hot. Just make sure you bring a lot of water, especially if you're doing anything above 10K. I would not recommend bringing less than 3 liters of water on a hike. So yeah, like I mentioned, we went the easier way up. We took the Jewell Pass way up, and our first stop was at the waterfall. We took a little bit of a snack and photo break there. By little, I want to say like we were there for like an hour at this waterfall just because it was so beautiful and refreshing, and there's a lot of mosquitoes in the beginning of the hike, but at the waterfall they just seemed to go away, so we just stayed there because it was beautiful. So that was our first stop, and then we went up the bridge section on the Quaite Valley Trail until we reached the little junction, so you can continue on to the Quaite Valley campground if that's what you're there for. If you're there for, you know, sort of a backpacking trip, you can go to the Quaite Valley campground. But we did go to the Prairie View Trail. This trail, or this junction, actually branches off in a few different directions. So make sure you're reading signage properly and or following an All Trails map, because I was a little bit confused when we got here. I'm like, where's the Prairie View Connector Trail? But we did find it quite easily. From my All Trails, I went down the wrong trail, and then I went down the wrong trail again, and then I realized what the right trail was. So make sure you are looking at your map specifically when you're at the junction, because it does branch off in many different ways. So we continued along the Prairie View Trail for a bit. Now you can go to Yates Mountain from here. You can go to the fire lookout or anything like that, but this is already a long hike. This is already a 15K hike. If you want to add that extra like kilometer or 2, you can, but that day we decided not to. We stopped at the Prairie View Lookout, which of course is amazing. You get a beautiful view of Barrier Lake and Mount Baldy. Mount Baldy is one of my favorite hikes in Kananaskis, so I always like seeing it from different angles and stuff like that, and I'm like, I can't believe I climbed that, you know? So we stopped there for a bit. There's a bunch of chipmunks. That's the only wildlife that I noticed on the trail. We did see some bear scat earlier on into the hike, but you know, there's of course, anytime you're going into the backcountry, you want to be taking bear spray with you, regardless of where you are, even if it is a really busy trail. I expected the trail to be quite a lot busier than it was, especially for a Saturday, and especially for the parking lot being as full as it was. I expected there to be more people on the trail, but the Jewell Pass Quaite Valley section, there was only maybe like 5 or 6 people and 2 mountain bikers. and that's it. That's all I saw all day. And nobody was going up the way we were going up. They were all coming down that way. So when we got to the Prairie View Trail, it got a little bit busier, but still nothing too crazy. So we enjoyed the views there at the Prairie View Lookout for a bit and then headed back down to Barrier Lake. So that was our day, a full complete loop. So I guess we did this clockwise versus counterclockwise, which most people do it counterclockwise, but we did this one clockwise. So yeah, I mean, it was a very, very beautiful scenic hike. My mom had never been to Barrier Lake before. Her friend, I think, went a long time ago. But yeah, it is a beautiful, beautiful area. It's pretty close to Calgary. If you live in Calgary, you don't have to go that far into Kananaskis, really. You just kind of pass the community center and it is on your right. We're just off of Highway 40. All in all, I really highly recommend this hike, especially if you are a beginner. Still make sure you carry your bear spray with you because you never know. And I mean, that's all I got for you today. So that is it for this video. If you guys are not already subscribed, please go ahead, click the subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.
I let you in deeper than